What's up, everyone? My name is David, and I've decided that instead of ranting and raving on Facebook with long ass status updates and tweets that never seem to take 150 whatever characters, I thought it would be pretty interesting to start a video blog. Maybe weekly, maybe bi weekly, I don't know yet. We'll see. I posted on Facebook. I was like, hey, if I started a video blog, who would watch it? And so I'm hoping at least the 5 people that said they would watch it are watching this right now. Maybe there's a few more of you. So, what's up? Quick introduction. My name is David. I'm 27, believe it or not. I have a lot of people that tell me I don't look 27, so yay! I'm excited about that. But yes, I am 27. I am a Cancer. I was born the year of the rat. And I currently live in Raleigh, North Carolina. I just moved here about the first week of August. It is almost the end of October, so I've been here for about 2 months. So yeah, it's been pretty exciting and entertaining. I met some really awesome people. I work with some really awesome people. And I've just been enjoying it so far, so yay. There's just so many things that I just get so passionate about and I want to talk about, and that's one of the main reasons that I wanted to do this video blog. I'll probably talk about my life, love, whether it be my love or just love in general, work. I'll definitely be dipping my toes into politics and religion, so I'm going to try not to be offensive. There's just some things that I'm totally for and totally against, and I don't really want to offend people. I want people to more or less take the time to actually think about the things that I'm saying instead of immediately going to defensive mode or aggression, So, if I say something about politics or religion that you are just not for, definitely I would love to have open dialogue with any one of you. And I am willing to sit back and listen to the things that you have to say. So please take the time to listen to the things that I have to say. On a lighter note, I am a celebrity whore. So we will definitely be talking about Hollywood, television, movies, music, reality TV, which I'm in love with. I can't get enough of it. We'll be talking about books. Believe it or not, I am a fag that reads. I think everyone should read a book. Everyone should read a book. I personally enjoy opening a real book and smelling the pages and just enjoying reading a book. I mean, some of you may be into your Nook or your iPad. I'm not saying that once I get one, it's on and I'll have all my books on my iPad. But read a book. It doesn't have to be a 560-page long book. It could be anything. Just read a book. Just read a book. Just read a book. Just read a book. That's all I can say about that. Is just read a book. So before I go into my first episode, I want to talk about the book that I'm reading right now. Just a quick side story about the book I'm reading right now. I enjoy, as a gay man, reading books that are by gay people, about gay people. Like, I'm not trying to say that I won't read a book if it's not written by a gay person, but as a gay man, and as any of these people that are watching gay viewers, we should support our community. So, read a gay book. I have a miniature library starting. I try, when I go to bookstores, when I go to used bookstores, to pick up at least one book from the gay and lesbian section. And I did pick this book up at Edward McKay in Winston-Salem, North Carolina when I lived there before I moved to Raleigh. And I am in love with this book. And it is super funny to watch the reactions of people who catch me reading the book or see the book sitting on the desk while I'm at work. And you'll understand why. Because if you were just to walk to the back in your back room at work, or if you were to come across someone reading this book, you'd be like, oh, that's such a crazy book right there. Here it is. Secrets of a Gay Marine Porn Star by Rich Merritt. It's a memoir. It is about a gentleman who not only went to a super ultra conservative fundamentalist school, decided to join the Marines while being homosexual. Whoa! Yay! You're talking about some struggles there. Being a member of a military family, that's one of the reasons that I picked this book up. I am super proud of everything that my mother has done in the Army. Will always be proud of everything that she's done in the Army. And though she tried to push and push and push, David, just join the military. No, I just can't. Like, and that was before Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I'm like, for real? There's no Don't Ask, Don't Tell there. Like, what am I gonna walk in? I'm here, sign me up, you know? Like, no, it's not gonna happen. So it was just really interesting reading this. Especially now, since Don't Ask, Don't Tell has been white. It's just crazy to think that people were serving in our armed services, hiding who they were, but willing to do what they had to do for this country. Meaning they could lose their life, but they couldn't be who they are. And that's a whole, like, we'll get into all of that, like, being a gay man, the whole idea of being a choice or not being a choice. Well, maybe episode 2 will be all about choice. Because this episode is just going to be my introduction and coming out story. And I'm not going to get so deep in this blog today. But I can't imagine. I couldn't imagine joining the Army and not being who I am. I just couldn't do it. So, it's just interesting. Pick it up and read it. It would be really awesome to meet Rich Merritt. And I would thank him for this. Read it. Along with being a celebrity whore, I love the internet. So I happen to come across a lot of crazy stuff. Coworkers have totally introduced me to some crazy things that I want to share with all of you guys. So we'll definitely be talking about crazy stuff I find on the internet. And I'll post links and here's this YouTube video you have to watch and all that kind of stuff. So, yay. Now that we've kind of got my little introduction out of the way, let me introduce you to at least one. I don't know where the other one is. Come here. Well, she's acting kind of crazy. Come here, Char. So I have 2 dogs. They're both Chihuahuas. Growing up, I always wanted a short-haired, cream-colored female Chihuahua. And about 2006, 2007, you can kind of see her head back there, I had the opportunity of purchasing one, and I did. Had her shipped all the way from Texas, had to pick her up in Raleigh, North Carolina. They shipped her in a pink crate with a pink blanket. And I loved her from the moment I saw her. Just want to introduce you. This is Chardonnay Paisley. Say hi. I know you really can't. You just want to lick me. It's kind of gross. But this is Chardonnay. And then my other one, the long-haired male, I bought from a breeder in Monroe, North Carolina, near Charlotte. And he is probably upstairs eating, because he's always eating. But his name is Fabrizio Sanchez. So if at some point he comes down while I'm still doing this blog, I will definitely introduce you guys to him too. But we'll get on to episode 1, which is my coming out story. I don't know, like, everyone always is just like, what's your coming out story? Like, how did you know that you were gay? And blah, 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 blah. And I never really, like, my parents are not religious. My parents are not political. So, like, I never had, like, a negative experience growing up. I've met so many people that were, like, super into the church growing up, and my ex was super into the church. Not him, but his family. And my best friend from college, both his parents were into, and they were both raised homosexuality is a sin, like, you can't be gay, and all that kind of stuff. So, though I feel for them, I didn't experience that. To be completely honest, I've never actually come out to my parents. But again, if you can see, I have the Little Mermaid tattooed on my arm. I have the pink Power Ranger tattooed on my side. I have a little bit of a twang in the way that I talk. There's no hiding it. Everyone knows that's just how it is, you know. But I would have to say that I think I realized that I was into guys. And even then, didn't think it was weird. I just knew I had a crush on a guy. I was about 9 or 10. And the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers had just started coming on U.S. television. You know, I don't know if you know, I'm an old school Power Rangers fanatic. And the Japanese version has been on with different kinds of people in different kinds of situations since the 70s. But the original U.S. version came on. And I was obsessed. I wanted to be Kimberly the Pink Power Ranger so bad. And which has led into my my loving Amy Jo Johnson, acting, music-wise. But again, that's another story. We'll talk about music in another episode. So, I just finished watching an episode of the Power Rangers. And I was flipping through the channels, and I came across the Janet Jackson video for Again on VH1. You know, when like VH1 and MTV actually played music videos. And that's a beautiful song. If you don't know it, there's something wrong with you. No, I'm just kidding. Janet Jackson, Again. Pull up iTunes. You on the internet watching this. Search it. Download it. Watch it on YouTube if they got it. Beautiful. It's just beautiful. But at the end of the song, say it just one time, say that you love me and all that kind of stuff, I started crying. I don't really know what, like, triggered, like, what made me start, like, crying to begin with, but I started thinking about Jason, the Red Power Ranger. And I realized that I had a crush on Jason, the Red Power Ranger. And I was crying, not because I had a crush on a boy, but because I knew that I was never gonna meet Jason the Red Power Ranger. Ever. Ever. And that devastated me. So that was when I first kind of realized that there could possibly be an attraction to boys. But like I said, I didn't think anything was weird about it. I just had a crush on a guy. I didn't think anything was wrong. I didn't think anything of it. Again, like I said, I didn't have a religious background like growing up, so I didn't know that according to the Bible, homosexuality was a sin and God hated fags and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't think anything of it. Speaking of Fabrizio, here he is. Come here. So this is my long-haired Chihuahua, Fabrizio. He crazy. He got messed up eyes. They're a little googly. But we just wanted to say, hey, I love you. Go on, do what you were doing. Anyways, so I didn't really, know anything was wrong or think anything was bad. I just knew I liked boys. Or at least Jason, the Red Power Ranger, at that point in my life. Not until I moved to North Carolina did anything, negative happen to me. I remember going to middle school. And I remember this girl, we were in PE, and like I said, I have a little twang in my voice, And she just looked at me and she was like, your voice is so feminine. It's so girly. And I was just like, well, first I'm in 7th grade. What boy does have this manly, rugged, husky man voice, in 7th grade? I'm going through fucking puberty, And she's all like, why? Why? And I'm just like, who the fuck knows? I don't know. That's just what happens, And that was my first, negative reaction towards me as a person for nothing but the fact that my voice was girly. Well, I don't really remember if middle school was such a problem. I had band, which I was band geek, the stereotypical, I'm in the band room, even when I don't have to be in the band room, I am the teacher's pet, I'm the epitome of band geek. But I didn't care, shit, I could fucking care less. All I wanted to do was be a band director and, and do music. That's what I wanted to do. Well, I graduated middle school and went on to high school, and I would have to say that my freshman year of high school was the worst experience of my entire life. I don't think there was a day that went by where I wasn't called a faggot, where I wasn't threatened. I never felt like someone was going to really physically hurt me. But, people made threats. People said things. People definitely joked. People definitely made fun of me. I couldn't walk down the hall without the same few people picking on me. And again, this whole, choice thing, I'll go into it a little bit more in the future. But what 9th grader would choose to be called a faggot every day of his 9th grade year in high school? I don't know anyone that would do that. To be honest, if there was a person kind of like in the Matrix, I was like, here's the blue pill where you could stay gay. Here's the red pill where you'll be straight. I would have eaten that red pill in a minute just because it was horrible. It was awful. It was just awful, I don't think that now. Oh no. No. I am the most proud gay person you will ever meet in your whole life. Like, you can't tell me nothing. But back in ninth grade, oh, to be straight would have been a dream come true. To not have to deal with any of that bullshit would have been perfect. Um, but after my ninth grade year, to be honest, to be completely honest, my advisor warned me about taking honors classes because she told me that the honors classes were so hard that I was going to fail. And I was like, oh, I don't want to take it. So I ended up not taking honors classes. And I'm not, and I'm definitely not the kind of person that's going to judge people based on class or based on academics or based on like smarts. Like, I just don't do that. It's just not my thing. But if I would have just been in honors classes from my freshman year on, I wouldn't have dealt with the bullshit that I dealt with in ninth grade. Because from 10th until I graduated, it wasn't any of the people that were in my honors classes that had any of the things to say. I did have I wouldn't say bully. Me and one of my best girlfriends, who was bigger at the time, had our Spanish classes together, and there was this guy in our Spanish class that just felt it necessary to remark, to make remarks about her weight, and to constantly say things about my faggotry, you know? And at first I got upset about it, but it's our senior year of high school, and you are still walking around with your 10th grade social studies textbook because you can't pass that class. So then I was like, you know what? Why am I letting someone like you bother me? Like, I'm graduating in the top 5% of my class, all honors. Like, what? And what are you doing? Failing out of 10th grade social studies. Like, you know? So I had to get into this mindset that I was going and you were staying. Like, and he was going to stay. Like, so toward my senior year, I just could really care less what people had to say at all. Um, I was a percussionist until my junior year of high school. So 7th, 8th, ninth, and 10th, I was a drummer. I did a lot of auxiliary percussion. I was about to say auxiliary. I did a lot of auxiliary percussion, like bells, xylophone, vibraphone, and then all the like the small percussion instruments that are needed for concerts and stuff like that. But my passion, and ding ding ding, of course it would be, was flute and piccolo. So I finally convinced my band director to let me switch. I switched to flute and piccolo my junior year of high school. Played it. I was pretty awesome. When I tell you I wanted to be a band director, like, I was music. Like, that's all I did. Band, everything. Band, 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 band. And I knew I was going to go to college and do music. Like, that's everything. So I joined the dance team my senior year of high school. I was student director of our pet band. Like, I was just out there. I don't say what you want to say. I'm gonna have the best time of my life, and I loved my senior year of high school, and I could really care less what anyone had to say to me. So I hadn't come out to anyone. I wasn't at that point yet where if someone would have asked, I would have said yes. Like, when people asked, of course, I denied it. I was like, oh no, no. Duh, obviously. But I knew at some point, like, I wasn't going to be, like, I was telling you about my book. Like, I could barely get through my 4 years of high school without busting out of the closet. So just serving in the military and hiding all of that, I don't understand how people can do that now. I think it was the summer before I went to college where I came out to one of my friends. Um, I will remember him forever. Mr. I don't know if I should say it. I think he joined the military. Well, don't ask, don't tell is repealed. So yeah, Forjay Carter. I came out to him. Of course he knew it. He's like, duh, I'm not an idiot, So, side note, going along with stuff I want to talk about with music, introduced me to Foxy Brown my freshman year of high school, and I have been in love with her China Doll album since then. But I came out to him and I listened to him talk about the straight boys in high school that he messed around with, and like I was just so excited to just be able to listen to someone else's experiences and just be a part of something. Like growing up, especially the fact that I had surrounded myself with girlfriends, sign number one, and listening to them like talk about their boyfriends and experiencing sex for the first time and love and kissing and you just sit back and you're just like, I want to experience those things too, but I just can't. I can't do that here. Like Elizabeth City in 2002 not really a place for the gays. So it was just hard. So I was just so excited to be able to just share my life with someone, even if there was absolutely no experiences at all. And I went to East Carolina. I was actually a finalist for a prestigious scholarship and had a huge, I don't remember if it was an interview or if it was just, I think it was actually maybe the interview, yeah. But it was one of the final interviews or maybe one of the preliminary interviews where I met my future roommate my freshman year of college, Clint. I loved him. Um, I just had this feeling. I was like, he's gay. Like I'm just sitting there. I'm with my dad, like, and I'm just like, oh my god, he's gay. He's gay. I know he's gay. I'm so excited that like I'm in the room with another gay person. Like anytime I was around someone that I knew was gay, it was like my heart was just racing so fast. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's another gay person, and we ended up like chatting and we both shared our fears of like moving to college and living with because I had this dreadful fear that all straight people were gonna hate me and straight guys were gonna be so, oh my god, gay person, I can't deal with it. And so I was just scared that I was gonna get this straight dude living with me and he was gonna be like, oh my god, I hate faggots and like kill me in my sleep or something. So we were just like, let's just be roommates. So we roommate requested, and I was fortunate enough to have gay roommates. Every time I lived on campus, every year. Of course, meeting people and going from there. But my my like official coming out was like the moment my parents dropped me off at the dorm room. Like I was in a city where there was a gay bar. The school had a gay student, you know, group. And I was like, oh my god, there's outlets. There's something for me to be able to like go and be who I was. And the moment my parents dropped me off, they drove away, and that closet door like exploded off the hinges, and it was never never to be seen again. I would I'm just never I couldn't imagine putting myself back into the closet at all for any reason. So that was my coming out story. I mean, I never really of course, I came out to my friends and they were all like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited. Like, we all knew, but we were all just kind of waiting till you, like, were going to be like, okay, I'm ready to come out. And, I've never really came out to my parents. I know that's weird, but they know. Like I said, there's not really any hiding it, especially when I show up to my mom's when she got married to my stepdad, I show up in a pair of size 6 Gap girls trousers and a mint green button up with a brown top. You know, like, she ain't stupid, you know. And I know I'm okay. You know, my mom loves me. This is our relationship. You know, when she calls me just to tell me how excited she is to get back in her size 8 jeans, like, yay, good. Call me, tell me those things. I love you. Like, I wouldn't have gotten, the camera's kind of weird. I'm not used to it yet. This is my mom's name, tattooed on my arm. The only person I would ever consider tattooing on my body. It's my mom. I love her to death. She is my everything. So, just be who you are. It's 2011. It's about to be 2012. There's going to be ignorance. You know, unfortunately, women are still struggling. Black people are still struggling. Like, and I know that that's a sore subject with some people, but I'm not saying that the civil rights movement of the 60s is like the gay rights movement of now, you know. But if you're different, you're going to have problems. You got to deal with them. I tell people minus the few random comments from stupid people, I've never feared for my life. I've never had any incident where someone has vandalized property or, you know, threatened my life physically, or has, you know, I don't get people talking crap to me or yelling at me or calling me names, you know. You have to be confident with the person that you are. Like, when I walk into a room, I'm not going to be scared of what's going on the other side of that door. Unfortunately, people read that fear from people, and that's when you have opened yourself up to have people talk to you the way that they feel they should be able to talk to you, you know. I walk into a place and I'm like, my shit don't stink, and you ain't finna say nothing to me, you know? And people don't. I don't have any problems. I mean, you may talk crap behind my back, but I don't care. Like, you don't know me. That's what I've always been like. It's like, if you want to judge me by just my looks, then that's your loss. Because if you actually sat down and talked to me, you would realize that I'm not an alien. I'm not the stereotype you think gay people are. Because that's the thing. It's like, everyone thinks black people steal. Everyone thinks gay people are slutty, disease-ridden druggies. You know, like, people have this preconceived notion about anything that is different from them. And when you actually sit down and talk to these people, or talk to me, you realize that, oh my God, they're normal, just like me, you know? So, love yourself. Have some confidence. Be who you are. That's my coming out story. So, I guess to conclude this episode, I hope that you all want to keep watching. If you have any suggestions on topics you'd like me to talk about, or things you want to hear, or anything, I'll definitely have a contact information along with this video. And I'd love to hear anything. Negative, positive, like, I'm not one to be sad if you don't like what you heard, you know? I'm me. And if you want to enjoy watching, enjoy watching. If you want to watch to make fun of me, watch to make fun of me. Good. You're still watching. So, enjoy it. Much love always. Ciao.